we're going to look at long division, and we're going to include decimals with it just so that we can kind of do two things at once. Okay, so this equation reads 204 and 78 hundredths divided by 2 and 4 tenths. So we're first going to set up the equation, and I'm actually going to write it on the side. So, oops. All right, so we have going to draw my division. Okay, we're going to put our numbers on the inside. 204 and 78 hundredths. We are dividing that by 2 and 4 tenths. Okay, when we are dividing decimals, we move the decimal point first, and then we leave it there. So we take our decimal and we're going to move it to the end of our number. And when we do that, we're going to count how many places we moved. So if we're going from our decimal point to the other side of our 4, we moved 1 place. So our decimal point is currently here. We're going to move it 1 place. Okay, and we write it on top where we're going to put our quotient or our answer to our division problem. Now we are done thinking about our decimal. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, now we can do our division. The first question we ask ourselves is, and now we're really working with 24. So we're going to ask ourselves, how many times can 24 go into 2? Can we get any groups of 24 in 2? No. So you can either leave it blank or put a little X up there to mark your spot. Okay, now we're going to look at these 2 digits. So, can I get any groups of 24 from 20? No, because 24 is more than or greater than 20. So again, I'm just going to put a little X here to mark my spot so I don't start writing in the wrong place value. Now I'm going to look at 204. And I need to think about how many groups of 24 are in 204. Well, I don't know. I can't do that multiplication in my head. So what I'm going to do is write some equations over here to help me. So I'm going to think, first thing I'm going to try is 24 times 9, because 24 is kind of close to 20, but I'm just not sure. So I'm going to do this out. 9 times 4 is 36. Let's write down the 6, regroup the 3. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 3 is 21. Okay, so now I'm going to look at 216. Is that less than or greater than 204? Well, it's more, it's greater than, so I can't use 9. So I'm now going to multiply 24 times 8. I'm not going to erase this because I might need it later. So I don't want to have to keep multiplying over and over again. So I already did it once. I don't want to do it again. So now we're going to try 24 times 8. 8 times 4 is 32. We write down the 2. regroup our 3. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3 is 19. And now we know 192 is less than 204. So I'm going to write my 8 so I don't forget. And now I'm really saying 8 times 24 equals 192. Write down my 192. Now we subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2. 0 minus 9. Well, I cannot do that if I have 0. I cannot take 9 from it. So I'm going to go next door, get a group of 10 more. My 2 becomes a 1. I'm bringing over a group of 10. So this 0 is now a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. Okay, now this is where we bring down that next number, right? So we bring down that 7. Now we are looking at how many groups of 24 are in 127. Well, I'm going to try 5. I feel like 5 might be close. Okay, if I'm wrong, I'll just do some more multiplication, correct? Okay, so 24 times 5, right? Because I'm trying to see how many groups of 24 are in 127. 5 times 4 is 20. We write down the 0, regroup the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Well, 120. 127. Well, I know I'm not going to, if I add 24 to that, it's going to be way over 127. So we did well with our 5. So I'm going to write down my 5 so I don't forget what I'm using. 5 times 24, I already did it here. I have 120. We subtract. 7 minus 0 equals 7. 12 minus 12 is 0. I don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to bring down my number. Okay, there we go. Bring it down. So we now are working with 78. How many groups of 24 are in 78? Well, I know 24 plus 24 is 48. So 2 is not going to be enough. I'm going to try 3. So I don't have that equation over here yet. 24 times 3. Okay, 3 times 4 is 12. Write down our 2, regroup our 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 72. That one will definitely work. I cannot get another group of 24 from there. We're going to subtract. Oops, I want to write down my 2. See, this is why we write them down. I forgot. So 2, no, Mrs. Dunnigan is wrong. Good thing I just double checked that. I'm going to erase that. I actually multiplied by 3. Sorry, guys. So 3 times 24 gave me 72. Now we can subtract. 8 minus 2 is 6. Uh-oh. I ran out of numbers over here. Well, that's okay, because I can add as many zeros as I want without changing the value, right? So now I'm going to bring down my 0, and I have 60. Well, we know 72 is too high, so I'm going to see what 24 times 2, well, I know that 24 times 2 is 48. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. So we're going to use that, 48. Okay, 0 minus 8. I cannot do that, right? There's more on the floor. I need to go next door and get a group of 10 more. So my 6 becomes a 5. Again, I'm bringing 10 over. I'm going to actually cross this out and make a little 10 so you guys can really see it. Okay, 10 minus 8 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, still not finished. And again, I forgot to write down my 2, so I'm not being a very good example, am I? Okay, now I'm going to bring down my 0 again and write it. Remember, we just keep going out. Ooh, 120. Do I have that number over here someplace? Did I already do that multiplication? We did. We earlier found out that 24 times 5 equals 120. So I don't have to do it again. I can use the numbers I already did. Okay, so I'm going to write down my 5 this time. 5 times 24 is 120. 120 minus 120 equals 0. So we know that 204 and 78 hundredths divided by 2 and 4 tenths equals 85 and 325 thousandths. Okay, so we combined 2 skills with this problem, both just straight division and dividing with decimals. Okay, try a few on your own, and I know you'll do great.